Hey guys, what's up? It's Tyler Kluver. This is the Snapped Podcast. So glad that you're joining me. On this podcast, we're going to talk about diet, exercise, mindset, training, sports, performance, and any of the things that we discuss, me or the guests that I bring on, is going to help you get better and help you get healthier in some way or another. We're glad you're here. Sit back, relax. Let's have it. What is up, baby? First Snap podcast with the new equipment. If you're watching, which would make you one of an elite group, a very, very elite group to be in fact, because currently I think my podcasts on YouTube have one view. At the time of recording this podcast, my podcasts on YouTube have one view. I don't think I've even mentioned it to the listeners. You know, there's a select group of people who listen to this podcast each week, and I see the listens, right? It gets more than just single digit listens. And I'm super happy for that. I'm grateful for everybody that comes back and listens to this each week, but I have it on YouTube as well. And I'm almost embarrassed to post the links. If you search Tyler Kluver, actually, let's see right now. If you just go to YouTube and you search, some of my interviews from college will probably come up. But if you just search Tyler Kluver, oh boy, my profile will come up. It's a picture of me running. My face looks awesome. I'm in full stride. I have 6 subscribers and 11 videos. And I post the video version of these podcasts on YouTube. It's just me sitting here at the desk. There's nothing fancy about it. But I figure might as well. I'm recording it through Zoom anyway, so it gives me the video file. So I've been putting out the video files as well. So if you guys want to watch these, the video comes out the same time the audio does. You can subscribe to the Tyler Kluver channel, which is basically Tyler Kluver Fitness, and you can watch these podcasts as well. So if you are watching, you'll notice that I have actually brand new headphones. I have brand new microphone, and I have a brand new arm that the microphone is attached to, boom arm, and all of it was a big upgrade this week. Now, you guys obviously wouldn't notice that it was new because you didn't see the old stuff, but if you are familiar with Washed Up Walk-Ons, then it's all new stuff, and hopefully it sounds better too, right? I want this to sound better as well. So what are we talking about today? Well, we're actually going to be doing 2 topics today in 2 different episodes. You're going to hear the next one next week or in the next episode. So this is episode 20, I believe. Episode 21 is going to be recorded directly after this episode, and that's because I am going on vacation next week. And I think that actually is a great topic. I should have used that topic. Maybe I'll use that as the topic when I come back. Fitness and health on a vacation and how to mitigate going backwards or losing progress and still being able to enjoy yourself on a vacation. But for now, the topic of this episode is going to be something is better than nothing. Anything is better than nothing. And talking about how the simple act of just not doing anything, being sedentary, is very, very dangerous, both in habit and in physical effect and health effect down the road. It's going to be a short 10-minute podcast. There's no research that I found behind this. I could find loads of research behind being sedentary and what that, what non-movement throughout the day, sitting all day, never exercising, never doing anything physical, the harm that does for you. In fact, it's pretty well summed up by the cliche quote, sitting is the new smoking. And to some extent, it's pretty true. And we won't get into that. I'm more interested in telling you guys my mindset of how to deal with those days. And this sparked from a client session I had this morning. She said, she got on the Zoom call. I'm Zoom PT training her. And she goes, how do you know when you don't feel great when to take a day off? When should you listen to your body? Should you just push through, or should you take a day off? And I said, at first I just started to answer the question. I was like, well, if it's an injury thing or if it's a sickness thing, blah blah blah. And then I got the feeling like, oh, she's looking for a way out. She brought this up because she wants me as the trainer to maybe give her the go ahead of, oh, you don't feel good? Let's take the day off. Let's provide an excuse, a little out on today's work so that you can go back to bed, or so that you don't have to put in the work today. And sometimes there's definitely opportunities that you should take advantage of that route, right? If you train really hard, really consistently, and there's just a day where everything is telling you just take a day off, just don't work out. And I know it's tough because as routine people, especially those who get obsessed with the results, right? You lose all that weight or you start to gain all that muscle. Your body image starts to go in the right direction. Your strength, all your numbers start to go in the right direction. Your health, everything starts to feel like it's going correctly. It almost starts to feel like you can't take a day off. Like if I take a day off, all of it's going to disappear. And I feel that same way. I am a stickler about hitting all my workouts on this day. I work out Monday through Friday and then rest on the weekends. And it's so funny. It's like I rest on Saturday and Sunday and I'm just fine. That's a planned rest that I have. So what would change? My body doesn't automatically realize, oh shit, he's resting on a Tuesday. We're going to get fat now. We're going to lose all of our muscle gains, right? So you have to be able to mentally kind of talk yourself out of the ridiculousness that is messing with yourself and your routine. One day off isn't going to kill you, just like one day of eating, healthy food isn't going to give you six-pack abs. It's the same, it goes both ways. And so sometimes you do need to take that time off, especially if it's an injury, right? Or a legitimate sickness, like you got the flu and you're just in the bathroom all day or something, like, or your knee's been bothering you. And it's like, I go to squat I start my warm up squats and I'm just doing air squats and my knee can barely move or bend and it's excruciating. Like there's going to be times where your body says, hey, take a step back. Let's recover a little bit more. We don't need to do any more work. Take the day off, right? But I'm more so worried about those days where you get up and it's just like, I'm tired. I don't want to work out today. I don't feel like working out today. I have a lot on my plate today. I don't want to work out also. The workout's going to hurt today. I don't want to go that hard, right? Just the I don't want to BS excuse that pops into everybody's mind, pops into my mind as well. Some deal with it more than others. Some have to fight that more than others. I'm fortunate. I'm in the industry. I very, very rarely have the thought of, I don't want to today. And I know a lot of people do, right? And how do we beat that? How do we just do something and make it better than nothing? Because one day isn't going to kill you. But if that one day turns into 2 days or one day a week, every week, and now you've gone from working out 4 times a week to 3 times a week, you've decreased your movement and your physical activity in your life by 25%. And it just becomes a habit. And then you get so used to, oh, now I'm doing 3 days a week. Now 3 days a week just becomes your routine and that's your goal. And now it's like, okay, well, 3 days a week is my goal, but I'm just not feeling it today. So I'll just do 2 days this week. It's a slippery slope and you can kind of see where that goes. And the answer to that for me is just do something, because something is better than nothing. Just do more than nothing, right? You don't want to work out. You wake up, the alarm clock goes off. Ah, shit. I do not want to work out today. We've all been there. Get up, start moving. Put your workout clothes on, put your tennis shoes on, go get to the gym, or if you work out at home, get to your home gym, or if you're going to go for a run, just go outside, get to the place where you would start. Just get there. Shit, tell yourself that even when you get there, you're going to turn around and come back. But you just have to get there first. And then once you start to move a little bit, once you start to get there, it becomes a little bit easier. You've invested just a little bit, right? You've taken the time and the energy to put on your workout clothes. Well, now you're a little bit more invested. You have a little bit more skin in the game for that day, right? Start to move, start to warm up. Go slower than normal. Maybe it's not going to be a full on day, but something is better than nothing, right? An easy way that I like to go about this, especially when it's nice out here in Iowa, it's harder to do in the winter. And I'll tell you what I do in the winter and the cold months as well. There's some days where, for me, I rarely change the complete workout, right? I usually work out for an hour, and there's a bunch of different lifting and conditioning pieces inside of that hour. And for me, oftentimes doing something instead of just completely doing nothing looks like, hey, you know what? I'm going to work out for a half hour today. And then for the other 30 minutes, I'm just going to go for a walk or a light jog. That's all I'm going to do. And for a lot of you, it may be a 20 to 30 minute workout each day. And instead of that workout, you just like, oh, I just can't do it today. I'm not up for it. Just start walking. Walking is the baseline. You're going to walk to your car. You're going to walk into work. You might have a job that requires you to walk all over the place or do something that's on your feet all day. It's the bare minimum that it's something that you're willing to do all day and you don't even realize it. But when you decide to do it intentionally as your exercise, it actually has incredible benefits. If every time you thought in the morning or when you went to work out, God, I just don't want to work out, down to if this turned into your everyday and you were just doing walking for your exercise every day, you never did anything else. Think of how much better that would be walking 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. You're probably logging somewhere between 6 and 10 miles, depending on your pace. Think about the effect that would have on your health versus if every day you didn't want to work out, you just didn't do anything, right? A week of walking 30 minutes a day or more. If you can get 45 minutes or an hour, gosh, that's incredible. Your body moving for that amount of time and working and the blood flowing and your muscles having to actually work and be functional has such a positive effect on not only your health, both acutely and chronically, but on your short-term mood, how you interact with people in that specific day, how your energy works throughout that specific day. It is so important. So even on a baseline level, just walk or just do the elliptical or just get on the rower. The cardio machines, this is an easy way to do it too, because it takes the mental energy out of it, because there is a mental side of health and fitness that it takes up a lot of energy to come up with what you're going to meal prep, come up with the workouts that you're going to do, the program that you're going to be on, and then the actual physical energy to go and do and execute those plans. The easiest way is to take the mental energy out of this. Just resort to a long, steady state, slow, low intensity cardio, walking, elliptical, rowing, biking. If you could swim, that's awesome too. Anything, any cardio machine, stair stepper, and just do that. That's all you have to do. Just go slow and just continuously move and do something rather than nothing. For those that are living in areas that experience cold, snow, you can't just go outside for a walk, and you also don't have access to a gym. You kind of work out at home. What I do, and I'm lucky in this instance, at least for exercise purposes, I have 2 flights of stairs. So I have 3 levels to my the house I live in. And so start at the bottom, walk all the way up to the top, walk all the way back down. There has been numerous days, I couldn't even count how many times I've used that as a warm up, or I've used it as my entire workout. I just go up and down the stairs. I go up and down the stairs for 30, 40, maybe in an entire hour. I'm just walking up the stairs. You would be surprised how sweaty you get and how much of a leg burn you get by just simply walking, not running, not skipping steps or anything, just one step at a time for a consistent amount of time walking. Do something rather than nothing. And so my challenge today is for you guys, because it's going to happen, you know, kids are going to be, there's something that's going to come up that's going to make it very easy to bow out of a workout or an exercise session. Don't make that excuse, right? Do something rather than nothing. And each time you do that, each time you log the something versus nothing, think of it as a little competition. You won that day. You versus, I don't know, the world, or you versus the excuses. Think of it as like a little tally game on a whiteboard. And every day that you do something rather than nothing, you get a check mark on your side of the board. And that's one little win. And the more that you can build those little wins up, the more that you can consistently do something rather than nothing, the closer and more consistent you're going to be to a healthy lifestyle. You never fall back or fall too far. And it's always easy to pick right back up and get into graduated exercise or more intense exercise or longer sessions rather than picking back up from, oh, I sat on the couch all last week. So hopefully that resonates with you guys. Something rather than nothing. Everybody's going to have those days, but it's about getting those small little wins. Thank you for joining me for episode 20. We'll be back again. I'm about to record in a couple minutes the episode that you'll hear next week. That's going to be on stretching. Hope you guys got something out of today's episode. Thank you for listening. Peace.